It is time for us to welcome in Patrick Grimm. Actually, before that, let me thank T-Bob Aber again. I really appreciate that last segment. You're going to see so much about the Clay Higgins thing over the course of the day today. I have no doubt that every national news show is going to show that tweet on repeat. And we might break it down a little bit further later on in the show because there's legitimate questions to be had there. But those legitimate questions will be hashed out. First of all, if you're at a press conference and you're past the barricades, yeah, you probably need to go. Secondly, should it be the congressman who escorts you out? Also, probably not. Why wasn't Capitol Police inside the barricades to get him out from outside the barricades? And when you hear or see, I'm actually surprised this guy posted his first-person video because the first-person video involves that audio exchange. That exchange of words between he and Clay Higgins, where Clay says, you can't be here. I'm more than happy to help you out if you step outside the barricade. If we step aside, let the man speak and you will be heard. That right there should be enough to say, okay, Clay Higgins kind of did what he was supposed to do first. And this guy wasn't willing to listen to reason. By the way, I got like Arby's guy voice right there. By the way, Higgins' office put out a statement. In that statement, it said, activist was a 103M, threatening. If I'm not mistaken, isn't it an old police 10 code? The 10103M, the M stands for mental. So the guy was a mental, according to Higgins' office, which Higgins comes from St. Landry Parish. He did the Crime Stoppers videos. That's how he got elected. I want more. Lap it up. I want more. All right, now we have to regroup. Now we're going to talk business. Alondra, are you laughing because I said the guy was a mental? Was it 10103?
I think you lost Alondra there.
The guy was a 10103M, threatening. He was escorted out and turned over to Capitol Police. Textbook. They included the word textbook at the end of it.
Wait, that's it? That was in there?
Yeah. The statement said textbook.
This is very Clay Higgins.
It's somewhere,
and I can't get enough of it.
It's somewhere in between Clay Higgins and 3-year Letterman on Twitter.
Did he bring his regular producer from?
You were in the car.
Department?
You didn't get to see this. You heard it. You didn't get to see it.
I need to watch it.
No, he did not. He did not bring the big.
He didn't bring his publicist.
The wide rim hat from the St. Landry Parish Sheriff's Office. I pray for your soul, son. You worm. Mental textbook. All right. 640 Talk 107.3 FM. We calmly regroup. We be responsible. We talk business. It's time for Patrick Grimm on. Patty G, welcome back, man. How are you?
What's up, Brian?
How are
textbook,
you, man? I'm good.
Textbook?
That's my new phrase. I'm textbook, baby.
So long as you don't go mental, we're good.
Bruh, it's so offensive on so many levels. I'm here for it. We're going to talk about the recession that may or may not be, but definitely is. And what small businesses should be doing right now. You sent me a story last night. Is this BR Proud was the website you got this from? A Baton Rouge upscale nightclub near LSU will reportedly be closing soon. Sounds like bad news, but the story goes on. According to the business's Instagram account, Dead Poet Nightclub, located on East Boyd Drive, is scheduled to close its doors this summer. Side note, I want to tell you I really appreciate this. Is just between you and me. This isn't for the audience.
Okay.
During the break, you asked if I had been to Dead Poets Nightclub. I just want to tell you I appreciate that. I'm 46 years old. I have 3 kids. All right? I'm not going to a club off East Boyd, but I love the fact that you think I'm still in that demographic. So just between you and me.
You're a DJ, man. You're hip. You're happy, right?
I appreciate that.
Look,
No, I do. I
don't know where you get your content
I'm just
from,
saying.
right?
Yeah. I'm just saying, this is a college bar.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be at a college bar. But I love the fact that you could look at me and think that I might still be in a college bar.
Look, you're drinking Celsius this morning. You're hip.
Bro. Celsius is it's a matter of necessity. Back to the story. On May 15th, business operator David Facey posted, quote, with mixed emotions, I announced that the Dead Poet Society will close its doors on the 4th of July, 2023. I did not make this decision lightly, but our success here in Baton Rouge has presented countless local and national opportunities. Facey said he is appreciative of the community and clubgoers. One member of the community, Kendall Jones, celebrated her graduation party at Dead Poet Nightclub. She said, quote, I've had some great times at Dead Poet. and she's heard from others around town that the operator had been wanting a change for his club. It's been a long time coming. I'm kind of sad to see it go, but at the same time, I know bigger and better things will be coming, not only for the owner, but everybody that's involved. I want to thank, back to the owner. He says, I want to thank each of you for your unwavering support, trust, and enthusiasm. Dead Poet would only have flourished with your presence and participation. I'm eternally grateful for the opportunity to have been a part of your lives. So the upscale nightclub, Facey redid it, reopened it back in 2020, right? Yeah. Which, by the way, can I tell you, got a pair on this guy. If you're going to open up a nightclub in August of 2020, can we rewind the clock to August of 2020 real quick?
Yeah.
Weren't businesses still operating at 25% capacity in August of 2020? It was either 25 or 50.
Yeah.
It wasn't beyond that.
It was, yeah. I don't know which exact one it was, but yeah. I mean, we were looking at some ERC stuff yesterday and going through the timeline. I think August 2020.
Yes. You were allowed to pull down your COVID mask and to take a sip of beer and then put COVID mask right back on.
No, I think you had to poke a hole and drink it through a straw.
That's correct. You did have to drink your beer through a straw. I mean, that's a bold move. A bold move to open a nightclub right then.
So it's a bold move, but the fact that it survived for dang near 3 years.
Yes, going right on it. So according to the Post, Facey plans to move forward with EventTree, a platform he says is designed to empower event organizers nationwide, quote, providing them with the tools and technology necessary to revolutionize their events. All right. Set the table right here. We're going to have a minute or so to talk about this before we break. But the number of questions everyone's facing right now with this continuing battle as to whether or not we're in a recession simply means that perception-wise, we are in a recession. If everyone's going to act as if, then that's what the market is going to dictate, right? I mean, by definition, a recession is two consecutive quarters of negative growth. Okay. We've already seen that, and we've tried to worm our way out of it. But at the same time, though, business owners, investors, advertisers, everybody right now is acting as if it's time to save for the winter, and this strategy right here feels completely different to me and seems like this is what we need to see from more than just this one guy.
Well, and it's twofold here, Brian. The first one is he's going on to something bigger and better in his eyes.
Right.
Secondly, he's recognizing as an owner, he can't properly do both business endeavors.
Okay.
I
like that. All right. So
huge.
We have 2 points of discussion when we continue. Right now, we have to break. Traffic, your money now. Coming back. More business with Patrick Grimmy on next. Well, I like that. I didn't even think of that angle. I'm thinking of the angle of...
Oh, just a recession and...
Rather than retreat, you create a different advancement. You take what you've got and you move it into something that can do nothing but move forward.
Right.
Now, a nightclub is going to survive a recession, especially a nightclub in a college town.
Yeah. It looked very nice on the inside, though. Again, never been. But just from the video that they showed, it looked to be a happening place.
I went to Dead Poet before whoever that is bought it and redid it all.
Yeah, beforehand it looked kind of
janky.
Beforehand it looked kind of janky. It looked like an East Boyd
nightclub. It was
Bogies, isn't it?
So it is. It's right next to East Boyd. I mean, right next to Dead Poet.
Man, look at that.
But they had Dead Poets up on the wall and everything. I don't know if they kept them whenever they redid everything, because I didn't go after they redid everything.
Look at that.
But it went from dive bar to nightclub.
It's straight up nightclub.
Yeah.
You got the stage and everything.
Yeah,
for people to come in, do open mic nights.
To nightclub.
Yeah.
And the kind of person that I am, I preferred it when it was the dive bar than when they redid it. So I never went whenever they redid it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
too many people.
This is definitely a dive bar vibe initially.
Yeah. It was fun whenever I went twice before that other person bought it. And I used to live on Nicholson, so it was
your spot.
Yeah, not my spot, like, but yeah,
An easily enjoyable evening.
enjoyable. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
Haven't been to Tigerland since before I was 21.
allegedly. Yeah, I think when I was at LSU, I went to Tigerland twice.
Yeah.
It's not like I was going out to any other place. I just
Again,
didn't go
too many
out.
people.
I
Yeah,
just
like
didn't go out.
Is your microphone on?
on.
On.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you watching Event Tree?
It's missing one piece.
What's that?
It's not done yet. They might have it. Showing up. Showing up is missing from the equation. Actually showing up to the event. You can add things on your Outlook calendar, your social media, or whatever as an event you want to go to all day long, and organizers can get paid all day long. But if they don't show up to your event, what was the point of all of it? That's.
I mean, they can't promise people are going to show up.
Then they can't promise return on investment. So you pay people until you just run out of money.
Well, they're paying them based on sales. That's part of the affiliate program. They're not paying them just to put it up there. Throwing up.
Yeah. Who was that?
That sounds like, what's his name?
Condon?
Yeah. That's violent.
He's louder than me. I'm a loud puker. You got a minute? You going to see? Oh, he's done. Oh, no, he's not.
Needs to go check on him. I hope it's not a bug. Oh, these.
But this is not for Facebook. No. I'm just.
All these business owners are left with their hands in their pants.
Oh. 652 Talk 107.3 FM WBRP 69 degrees in downtown Baton Rouge. Mornings with Brian Haldane rolling right along. Patrick Grimion in the house. Talk a little business. We're talking about a local bar that's closing down in order to go on and do bigger and better things.
Nightclub.
Yeah.
High-end nightclub.
Yeah, high-end nightclub. Dead Poet Society off. Oh, I think it's just Dead Poets. I don't think it's called Dead Poet
Yeah, it's
Society.
just Dead Poet.
Dead Poets off East Boyd. So the owner wants to go on to this
Dead Poet Nightclub
app that's called Eventtree. And it's not just an app, it's an online platform. But reading from the homepage for Eventtree, it says plant the seed for success with community-driven peer-to-peer promotion. Empower attendees to become affiliates and watch your event thrive organically. It's used to grow ticket sales. It gives you an automated affiliate system. It's an interesting model that can help grow events. Take organic growth of an event and just automatically attach it to via social media or wherever those that are already attending are going to be.
Yeah.
To help grow ticket sales, grow event attendance and whatnot. It's a bold idea to say the least, which is not a surprise considering this guy opened a nightclub in the middle of a pandemic. But I'm curious to learn more about it. But there's two different topics we're talking about here, Patrick. And the first one is, if you're doing something right now and you see what the future holds, or you can't tell what the future holds as far as a recession is concerned, man, why not take what you've got and double down on the next thing?
And it's interesting to what was doubled down, because if you look at recession items and what people stopped doing.
Yeah.
They stopped going to some events. They stopped spending money on ticket sales.
Yeah.
They stopped going to this and that function. And at the end of the day, he's going and doubling down on that exact concept. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking at it from the lens of, are you closing the upscale nightclub due to recessionary concerns? Why are you going to go open an app that's so hinged?
Because you're borrowing time right now.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're taking an existing business that should already be in the part where you're seeing positive dollars on the revenue, and you're going into something that's going to need investment, going to need loans, going to need seed money at a time where you're not expected to turn a profit yet. So use the recession, a time where you're probably not going to turn a profit, make that your time where you're not expected, where your expectations aren't in the black. Your expectations are to remain in the red right now. Ooh. I mean, because number one, we're still at a point in the pandemic where events aren't a big thing yet. Well, they're getting to be, and there's a want for them. But between the pandemic and the recession, showing up for things in public has not been the biggest thing thus far.
Right. People have gotten away from that.
This is a model that, or what he's doing with Eventtree is, once we're clear of this recession and the pandemic's far enough in the rearview mirror, he's going to be all systems go. He's going to be full steam ahead.
And we also don't know where he's looking at this from. Is he looking at this from perfecting the system, getting people on board with the idea of this affiliate marketing program, and then going to somebody like Ticketmaster and selling this concept to them? So if I'm him, am I going to build this up, perfect the system, get everything in place where it works super well, and then go sell the model to a bigger player? Or do I actually want to juice this thing and make it my own?
So another part of this, and this is the part that you brought up, is that having the wherewithal and know your limitations.
Yeah.
Having the wherewithal to say, I can't do all the things sometimes. I have to know my role, pick my lane, and be able to put my foot on the gas in that lane.
Yeah.
That means closing the nightclub and opening this up. And now, being the perception of a recession, now would be a good time to make that evaluation. Take a look at what you're doing and say, is this where I want to be? Where are we going?
And the article on BR Proud, it hinted at the fact that he was having success that garnered some national and statewide attention, meaning he's probably made connections in the business to think that this is going to be a good idea, and he's probably had other people tell him, we would use something like this. He's probably done market research as a club owner.
Yeah.
Use it himself, because if you look on Eventtree right now, he's got his upcoming shows as well as some other shows on there. So he's already using it.
Oh, yeah. Dead Poet is all over this thing for sure.
Right. And so he probably used this platform to get and build his club. And so now that he's done that, got attention, he's saying, let's double down. But I recognize, to do this right, I can't split my time here.
Right.
So obviously, again, we're going through a situation where it's hard to find people. So maybe he wasn't able to find an operator that he felt confident enough to run the club to be able to devote split time, or recognizing Eventtree needed a lot more time than Dead Poet was going to use or allow him to give.
The self-awareness there is a big thing. Between the self-awareness and the boldness, I got to feel positive about this guy.
Oh, 100%. He's bold to take chance and risk, regardless of what the external factors are going to influence on his business.
When's he going to be on the Patty G show?
Now, I don't know. I got to call
right?
him. I got to reach out to him,
move that up
man.
the charts very quickly. Hey, you mentioned the Ticketmaster thing, and I apologize if I've been distracted since then because you got my mind racing. Would this be something that would cross over with Ticketmaster? Or would this be something that...
Eventbrite, maybe? I mean, you think about it.
Eventbrite, yes. Because I'm looking at this through terms of much smaller events than a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah, for sure. So
right?
maybe an Eventbrite company.
Okay.
Or it could be Ticketmaster.
Right.
Could promote smaller artists. You never know, because you're going to be targeting nano and micro influencers that have a very strong, active, engaged community, that they're going to be doing this. If those folks between 1,000 and 15,000 followers are going to get this and say, I'm going to do this for an event I want to go to, and hopefully, A, get a free ticket out of it, and B, get some revenue from it. So now they're pushing it across their platforms. You're not going to get somebody with 1 million to sign up for this without stroking a check in addition to getting the affiliate.
Right. But you take small tribes and create a greater tribe.
Exactly. And they've got that just pure following that wants to do whatever they can for the smaller scale, because you get so much more personal connection with a smaller tribe.
What's on the show this week?
Alana Keegan of Spyro Stretch.
Alana Keegan of Spyro Stretch. What does Spyro Stretch do?
Spyro Stretch is an actual product that used it to help people who aren't as flexible as like a gymnast per se do some of the stretches and actually loosen up and get a good exercise.
Stretching's all the rage right now, man.
Stretching and breathing is kind of what she focuses on, is the slowing down your breath, really expanding your lungs. So I
try to do it every day.
Yeah, you'd like this product, and you'd also like her. So she's got a phenomenal story in what she does.
You know where to find him, anywhere you get your podcast, and of course during the Saturdays on Demand segment right here. He's Patrick Grimion, host of the Patty G Show, joins us every Thursday. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Brian.
Here's ABC News.